Yoi! Last time. We're about to go back to spread out a little bit more. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Best you can do is lower, shovel. As you may.
Okay, hi Mark, thanks for talking to us today.
It's a pleasure, Paul.
We're just going to have a chat with you about some of your experience of karate. So can you explain to us a bit more about your vision impairment and how it affects you?
Well, basically what it is, I'm totally blind in my right eye. I see no light, no nothing. The left eye has 10% of vision. I have no peripheral, so anything comes up the side of me or under me, anything like that, I can't see. It's pretty much like just looking through a telescope, there's nothing around. But the problem I have is seeing people. You're there, I can see certain figures, but there's no detail in the figure. I can't see your facial expressions or your hand movements. If you're moving hands, I can hear them, but I don't know what you're actually doing.
So that can give you issues with mobility and things like that as well, so how do you cope with that?
Well, certainly it does give you problems with mobility, like stairs and all sorts of things, so you've got to be very much aware in the outside world. So that is obviously why I've got Rod, which is my guide dog, and he gets me around, or I've got to rely on somebody's arm, so a sighted person.
And Rod's sat there looking very, very content with the world at the moment.
Rod's very content and happy with the world. He enjoys the dojo and he enjoys all the fuss.
Okay, so tell us Mark, why did you start training in karate?
Well, initially I felt it was something that could broaden my horizons, get me out, meet people, give me a social life even. I thought of other activities, I mean, things like cycling or running or anything like that, any kind of sighted activity, would be no good for me. I'd have to really rely on somebody to do the entire activity with me, whereas I felt with, trying some karate, see if I could do it, and give it a good go.
Okay then Mark, what was your experience in the dojo when you first started?
Ooh, when I first started, apprehension. I thought, well, have I taken on too much here, a bit not really too much? I thought, well, there's a lot of people about, a lot of noise. I was realising that it was a contact sport. Was I going to be able to do this? Was I going to be able to... Obviously I can't see the people, but was I going to either injure somebody injure me? So there was a lot of concerns and worries at first. But I soon settled in, the instructors were great, there was great inclusion from the beginning, and everybody helped me.
So what do you have to take into consideration when you're training?
Well, basically safety, your spatial awareness, the fact of are you too close to anyone when you're doing the exercise. A lot of our exercises involve swinging our hands around for warm-ups. You've got to make sure that the people that are around you are aware that you are visually impaired, that they'll have to give you space because you're not sure if they're there. You have to make sure that you're not too close to a wall, that you can do a technique. This is where the instructors really come into their own, because they'll tell me, you're getting too close to that wall, take a step back, and different things like that. Also, if there's anything on the floor, people check if there's drawing pins, anything alike on the objects, because obviously we train in a hall that other people use, so they've got to make sure there's nothing on the floor. And also, the thing I suffer from, especially being visually impaired, is balance. I find it very hard to balance, so I have to work very hard on it, so I've got to make sure I'm not going to topple over into somebody.
So is noise an issue for you?
Extremely. When you're in a dojo, especially if it's a large room, it gets very echoey. There's a lot of traffic outside. If there's a siren or anything, and the instructor is, not only when he instructs, he talks through the technique and he shows the technique. Obviously people that can see that, can see what he's showing, but I've got to listen extra hard for that. And of course if I miss any of that, it's a big problem. So they have to, basically what the instructor does, well, they'll come over to me and maybe take my hand and lead my hand through the technique, maybe put my leg through the technique and show me what they've just explained to the rest of the dojo.
How do your instructors support you?
Well, it looks the KUGB instructors hit the ground running. As far as I'm aware, they haven't had any dealings with visually impaired. My instructor, Sensei Steve, has taken me recently up to the Red Triangle to meet Sensei Bob Poynton, who, as far as I'm aware, was totally unaware of visual impairment, and he's really helped me a lot. He's tried to understand what I can and can't see. He comes across, he explains everything clearly, makes sure that I'm totally included in the class. When we go on to bigger courses where Sensei Andy Sherry takes the course, or Sensei Frank Brennan takes the course, there's a lot of noise in the room, there's a lot of people in the room, but they make sure that I'm included, that I've understood what they say, and if I don't understand, they'll come across to me and personally take the time to show me the thing, which is, I think, very, it's very, very good, because you really do feel part of what's going on, because people around you are understanding the techniques, and it's taking you time a little longer, but they have the patience to do that, which is really, well, heartwarming to me.
When did you pass your black belt?
Originally, I passed my black belt back in 1991 with the AMA. So what I've done now is I've joined the KUGB. They got me to ratify my third Dan in March of 2019. And, well, basically, as I say, I have to try and find clubs that are close and local to me, whereas, I have a difficulty travelling.
Okay, so now you've passed your third Dan with the KUGB. What's next?
Well, at the moment, working hard towards my fourth Dan, working on my katas, working on improving what's gone before, all my combinations, listening to what's being told, trying to implement it and get it better.
How has karate helped you?
Well, it's helped me in a lot of ways, especially my confidence. It's improved my confidence a lot. It's improved my spatial awareness to my surroundings, what's around me. I'm more aware of things. I'm using my ears more. Also, my balance, as I probably said earlier, is very poor. Any blind person will find it very, very hard to balance. But working hard and working towards it, it's starting to improve, and I'm noticing my balance is improving and getting better.
So what advice would you give to others who have impaired vision but want to start learning karate?
Well, in a sentence, go for it. Don't be put off. Your progress will be slow, so you'll probably have times that you think this is too much for me, but you stick with it, stick in there, and you'll get there in the end.
Okay, Mark, thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to hear your story. I'm sure you'll be an inspiration for any others that want to join the KUGB and to start karate.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Chin 10.